My first realization to the power of this way of eating a whole plant food diet, was years ago, about 20 years ago, when I used to do housework for a man. His name was Bill, and his wife was dying. I don't remember what the problem was, but he had had bypass surgery. And at that time, he was on 17 pills a day for his blood pressure, cholesterol, and the effects of the bypass surgery. And I had suggested that he go to Weimar Institute, which is now Weimar Lifestyle Center. And he couldn't afford to go, but he did get a hold of a video series that taught the same things that he would have learned there. And he and his new wife learned how to implement this method of eating where everything you eat is a whole plant food. And the last time I saw him, he was completely off all but one of the 17 pills that he had to take each day. And he was exercising, and he was feeling really good about how his life had changed. He was so excited. And it was when I really saw the effect that it had on him and how much it benefited him, I thought, well, I should implement the same thing for myself. And gradually through the years, my husband and I did make these changes. And my energy level has been so much greater, and my desires for eating between meals are completely gone. I don't desire to eat between meals. I eat a large breakfast, and I eat a medium-sized lunch, and then I might have at the most maybe a piece of fruit and or maybe a piece of toast. And I really want to encourage you to give it a try 100% and see just how much better you'll feel. It can take as little as 3 or 4 days to really start feeling better, but it is extremely powerful. And I want you to remember that, because it is so powerful that if you're on drugs for whatever reason, it can cause some problems. You need to make sure that when you really start doing this 100%, you need to talk to your doctor and taper off of those drugs, and because your body won't need them anymore. So anyway, today I wanted to share with you, I know I've done several bread recipes, and you might be saying to yourself, well, what do I put on the bread? Do I have to eat it dry? So today I want to show you what you can put on your bread. The important thing to remember is not to worry about triglycerides, monosaturate fats, whatever, all those kind of fats. All you have to worry about or think about is it a whole food? And I've found that the best, the most delicious butter on my toast is an avocado. You might be wondering, well, how do I take care of the avocado? Do I have to use the entire avocado every time I want a slice of bread with butter on it? The answer is no. And I'm going to show you how to take care of it, how to do it. And the first step is to get you a really nice avocado. This one is just right. Now each kind of avocado has a little bit different color on the skin. The skin is a little bit thicker or thinner, and each different kind, you have different ways of knowing whether or not it is ripe and ready to use. This particular one, the skin will stay green even when it's ripe, so you don't wait for it to darken like you would like with a Hass avocado. And what I'm looking for is some show of wrinkles and a little bit of wear. And if you take the stem end right there and See if that comes off easily. That's a good indication that it's ready. Now the tools you'll need are a good sharp knife and perhaps a regular table knife, and if you like them really thick, you may need a fork. And what you want to do is you take your avocado, and if you're just wanting a little bit, you're just going to cut the part that you want off of the avocado. This will be what I put on my bread. And after you're done, you're going to leave the avocado just like this with the cut, and you're going to leave it out on the counter, like if you have your kitchen counter or something like that. You let the air go ahead and get to it. This part will turn brown, but that's okay because it'll have a thin layer, kind of an oxidized skin on it, and when you're ready to use it for more bread, you just take your knife and you simply cut that part away, and you'll have a fresh surface like this, and then you can cut off whatever portion you want. And one avocado can last someone like John and I maybe 1 or 2 days, and it's a whole food. It's perfectly healthy. It has a lot of omega-3 and omega-6 in it, and it will. Some people think, oh, I have to wait till I'm going to lose weight before I can eat that. But no, actually this is useful for weight loss. You see, an avocado is actually healthy for you. It will help clear out the arteries. It will clean out the fat, the bad fat that's been stored in your body, and it's completely healthy. One time I asked my uncle if a person should restrict themselves on avocados, and he said no. He said you'll still lose weight. You might lose it slightly slower than someone else, but he said it's very healthy. Now actually, this avocado is not as tender as I expected it to be. Normally, when you cut this part off, at that point, you would just simply smear it on the bread. I'll show you. Now, you would remove this part, then you have your meat, and you just smear it on there. This one is not as ripe as I would have wanted it, but this will give you an idea. Now when confronted with this kind of problem, one thing you can do, if possible, is to take your fork and soften the avocado. This will help make it more spreadable. I like my toast with a lot of avocado on it, so I'm going to put this on nice and thick. Another way you can do it is, let me take a new avocado here. One thing you can do is take your sharp knife and just barely cut. So you go through the skin and then peel the skin off, and then you can use the rest of the unpeeled part of the avocado to hold on to as you rub it on there, and then just trim away the part that you've rubbed on there, and then allow that to skin over. And then the next time you need it, it'll be ready for you. Then you just sprinkle a little salt on that. Regular butter has some natural saltiness to it, so you want a little bit of salt to give it that buttery, salty flavor. And there you have it. It's really good. A couple of other ideas of things you can put on your bread. If you have a banana, you can take a banana, peel it, and smear that on it, or mash it onto your bread. That's really good. I know I'm going to get a lot of comments about, well, how about soy, and then this margarine and that margarine. Those are not whole foods, and they will cause problems. They will clog your arteries. The avocado really is the ideal, and bananas. There's also hummus, but you got to look at the ingredients very carefully, because sometimes oil is added. So I'll include a recipe that you can use.